What a fantastic day. I probably popped up in it before, but I'm back. I'm at Silverburn. I'm in the secret garden. Absolutely beautiful day. So, let's talk about practicing uncommon appreciation. There's more hunger for love in this world and appreciation than for actually food and bread itself. It's what drives us all forward every single day. The need to be appreciated. Something I often forget. I'm quite straightforward and straight talking, as most people know. And I get to the point most of the time. And I sometimes forget to do that. But I do appreciate everybody that's in my life. And appreciate everybody that actually contributes towards that. I often just forget to tell them. Charles Schwab once said, and he was the president of US Steel Corporation, "I've yet to find a man, however exalted his station, who did not do better work and put forth a greater effort under the spirit of approval than the spirit of criticism." A recent management study revealed actually that 46% of employees leaving a company do so because they feel actually unappreciated in what they do. 61% said their bosses don't actually place much importance on them as people. And 88% said they do not receive acknowledgement for the work that they actually do. I've never known anyone to complain about receiving too much positive feedback. Have you? In fact, the opposite is actually true. Whether you're an entrepreneur, manager, teacher, parent, coach, or simply just a friend, if you want to be successful with other people, you must master the art of appreciation. Consider this: every year, a management consulting firm conducts a survey of 200 companies on the subject of what motivates employees. Given a list of the 10 possible things that most motivate them, the employees all list appreciation as the number one motivator. When asked to rank and order the same list, the managers and supervisors ranked opposite to the number 8 as appreciation. There's clearly a mismatch in what we do and what other people do as well in the workplace. So let's talk about the 5 languages of love and appreciation. Well, Gary Chapman and Paul White, who were they? Well, they actually wrote a book on the 5 languages of appreciation in the workplace. And they said, we have found that each person has a primary and secondary language of appreciation. Our primary language communicates more deeply to us than others do. Although we will accept appreciation in all 5 languages, we will not truly feel encouraged unless the message is communicated through our primary language itself. Maybe that's backhanded compliments people don't appreciate. When Jack Canfield wrote the first edition of this Success Principles in 2005, he talked about how it was valuable to make a distinction between 3 kinds of appreciation: auditory, visual, and kinesthetic. These are the 3 different ways the brain takes information in. And everybody's a dominant type they prefer. Auditory people need to actually hear it. Visual people need to actually see it. Kinesthetic people need to actually feel it. For example, if you give visual feedback to an auditory person, it doesn't have the same effect as the verbal feedback. The auditory person might say, well, he sends me letters, cards and emails, but he never takes actually the time to pick up the phone or walk over to me and tell me face to face. Visual people, on the other hand, like to receive something they can see, and perhaps even tape something to the cubicle or on their bulletin board or hang it on their refrigerator or their wall. They feel appreciated when they receive letters, cards, certificates of appreciation, plaques, trophies, pictures and gifts. Things that they can see that keep in the memory around them forever. You can usually tell these people by their walls and their bulletin boards and their refrigerators. They're covered with reminders that how much they're loved and appreciated. Kinetic people feel it. A hug, a handshake, a high five, a pat on the back, a back rub, going for a walk together, going out dancing, a taking time to play a sport together. While auditory, visual and kinetic distinction are a useful one, relationship counsellor Gary Chapman actually said he's created a model of 5 love languages that's very useful in further refinement of how people need different languages to communicate overall and truly feel appreciated and loved. Chapman first noted this importance of this distinction in his workplace with the couples, but had also evolved to include communication with children and adult children, teenagers, people in the military, and people actually at work. So let's talk about the 5 love languages. What are they? Well, words of affirmation. If this is somebody's primary love language, they feel most cared for when you're open and expressive and telling how wonderful you think they are, how much you appreciate them, and how you do by sharing the words of encouragement and expressing your belief in the talents and their abilities. The next one is quality time. If someone's love language is actually quality time, they need you to be fully present in the moment and engage with them when you're talking with them, or engage in activity at hand, no matter how trivial that is. Well, Jack Canfield's wife Inga is a very kinetic person. She majored in physical education, massage therapist and a physical trainer, taught skills in yoga and loved to go hiking and swimming in the ocean. But she's not a physical touch that he originally thought. When he was with her, she wants his full attention, the TV off, not looking at his computer and his iPhone, and giving her full eye contact while actually listening to her throughout the process. When she returns from a session with her spiritual healer, she always comments on how present he is, how he deeply listens to her, how much she feels heard by him. She loves to sit by the pool, have long conversations. She loves to go on long walks together with me and her close friends. And she can easily spend an hour on the phone with her sister talking about family members. Now for me, that's no me. I just look, let's just get straight to the point. That's the end of it. One of these. It's good to be out. As Mickey Flanagan says, we're out. So the third one is receiving gifts. Somebody's primary love language is receiving gifts. You need to give them a gift to make them feel loved and appreciated throughout the process. Classic example is, Daddy, what are you bringing me? Receiving gifts is a primary love language. Patty Aldbury, the president of Canfield Training Group, if you bring a gift back home on one of my travels, she says she knows that you're thinking about her and actually took the time to show something meaningful. It can be as simple as a bottle of melatonin, where you'd maybe learned that she's having trouble sleeping, or her favourite non-alcoholic beer. They've learned we're eating lunch at the Nobu in the Japanese restaurant in Malibu. Or it could be as expensive as a Rolex watch, wow, that Jack bought her when he sold one of these companies because she had helped him build it. And probably the fifth one, or the fourth one actually, is the acts of service. If someone's love language is the acts of service, doing something for them makes them feel appreciated. It could be watching the kids so they can go to the gym, washing dishes without being asked, bringing them breakfast in bed, running an errand for them, or volunteering to help out in a project. Maybe someone's trying to tell me something. And finally, the physical touch. This love language is just how it sounds. A warm hug, a kiss, snuggling, holding hands, a massage, intimacy will all make people in this category feel most loved. In the work setting, an appropriate hug, remember guys and girls, a firm handshake, a pat on the back, high five, a fist bump, or a 1-minute shoulder massage works. Jack Canfield has also given out certificates for pedicures and foot massages to staff and friends whose love language is actually the physical touch. One of the key things to remember in all of this is your own primary love language may not be the primary love language of another person you want to appreciate. If you appreciate someone in the wrong language, whether it's your wife or your daughter at home or an employee or a co-worker at work, it will be like speaking French to someone who speaks Chinese. The message doesn't actually get through. You think it does because that's how you think and that's how you're wired up. But the person that's receiving it doesn't get that. So do it for them. Don't do it for you. It's not about how you feel, it's how you make them feel. It's the most important thing. Also remember that everyone has a secondary love language as well. Well, Jack Canfield's primary love language is physical touch. He also responds to words of affirmation and gifts. His wife also loves the act of service, and his business partner Patty also loves the words of affirmation. So if you want to be a real pro at delivering uncommon appreciation, you want to learn what kind of feedback most people impact on in the person whom you're delivering it to. And we'll talk about more in the next episode of the 3 quick ways to help you determine someone else's love language. And I'll just give you one final look at around here. So while you've been listening to this, I've had rabbits and squirrels, look right there. There he is, or she is, and squirrels running about my feet while I've been doing this. And you've heard all the birds in the background as well. And for me, and for everybody else, this is the human connection. This is why you shouldn't put earphones in or put headphones on when you go out for a walk. Your mind and your body works as one with nature, and it's designed to interact. Hence the reason why you feel a lot better about yourself when you come in. Listening to music or anything else is a false stimulation. I guess it's like drinking alcohol. For some people it's trying to mask the pain. For some people it's trying to take the edge off the stress. So we'll talk more about tomorrow. About the 3 quick ways to help you determine someone else's love language. Bye for now.